In the training of priests, there is a recommendation for ongoing formation, generally, at all levels. Because the world is changing and things are progressing. Priests need to be updated in knowledge so that they can continue to manage and supervise and lead and direct their flock with less or no error. The best way and manner to do this is to go on ongoing formation, ongoing studies, or further studies, as we want to call it. The full decision on this rests on the local ordinary of the diocese, depending on the opportunities that are available and the availability of funds. In doing this, these priests have gone through the seminary formation and they have the academic performance at different stages to know areas where they are very good and areas of interest. When the bishop now wants to send them on further studies, we will have a dialogue with them on the way forward. And from the dialogue, they come to the conclusion on the area of study that they will do based on the needs of the archdiocese. It is because of this that priests have been going on further studies. Currently, we have some priests who are doing their studies. The studies they do, they are in different areas of theology. For example, pastoral theology. We have moral theology. We have biblical studies. We have liturgy. We have canon law. Then we have in philosophy. We have in patristics. Then we now have some others that are more, they look more like the social perspective, law, and recently medicine, even engineering. Since the priests are leading the people, they need to be grounded in these different areas. At least they should have experts in different areas to be able to manage the affairs of the diocese as much as possible. This is one of the reasons behind the further training of priests and the ones we are even having even currently. The purpose of study is for us to be enhanced in knowledge, to broaden our development in particular line of thought, so that we can use it for the good and benefit of the diocese. Like I mentioned, we have different areas. All these areas will help to enhance the entire leadership of the church. If you send priests to go and do canon law, they come back, they understand the law better, and they're able to use this law in the movement and governance and direction of the diocese. Because the diocese is divided into different groups and different areas and segments. For example, the bishop who is the chief shepherd is not expected to be everywhere. He needs his priests who works with him in collaboration to help him take charge of certain areas of the diocese. We have the tribunal, for example. Tribunal is better managed by experts, those who have done canon law. And if you want to even scale it further, those who have done jurisprudence, because even canon law, there are different areas of specialization in canon law. So you use them in areas like that. You have some in pastoral theology. They are involved in the pastoral aspect of the church. You have some in biblical studies. They study the scriptures even more. Then you have in philosophy. Then you have in patristics. Then the social aspect too, that is coming up now because of the way and manner the world is going into. Law, engineering, medicine. So all these ones put together, they are meant to enhance the church that we have in every given or local territory. That is the purpose of all these studies. Like I said at the beginning, there's usually a dialogue. The diocese will have a need. It is the need of the diocese that determines. Then you now, the local ordinary begin to look at, among my priests, who do I think will be able to go for this kind of study to fulfill this need for the diocese? Then, since they have gone through formation, we have their transcript. The diocese has their results. And the diocese know their different areas of specialization where they will study easily and break even and even become experts. Then they are invited for dialogue. After the dialogue, the decision is not taken for them to go for this study or that. The church is very slow in forcing or coercing anyone to go for further studies. It is a matter of dialogue, so that at the end, the person can be interested in it and put his interest in it and get the best out of it. We know generally, if you coerce people or force people to do what they're not even interested in, they may run through the program and the program will not run through them. So the summary of it is that there is a dialogue between the one going for study and the one who is sending them for studies. We have a lot of priests who are in this journey. We have a Catholic University of West Africa. It's called Siwa. In Siwa, we have a priest that is doing moral theology. Since Siwa, we have a priest that is doing pastoral theology. Since Siwa, we have another priest that is doing pastoral theology. That's in Siwa, we have a priest that is doing liturgy. Since Siwa, we have a priest that is doing communication. That's in Siwa, we have a priest that is doing under pastoral theology. And many other priests have gone through this Catholic institution of West Africa in Port Harcourt. These ones are there correctly. Besides that, outside the church of Nigeria, we have some of the priests. We have a priest who is doing patristics to study the fathers of the church. Over there, he's doing that. When he finishes, he will come back to enrich and to enhance the church. Then we have a priest also in Rome who is doing philosophy. And we have priests that have gotten his PhD in the UK. He read educational management. We have some within Nigeria here, they have gotten their PhD also in educational management. So when you have them trained from different areas, then you are able to now balance up the diocese. Then we have two priests that are going to Lagos to do clinical psychology. They have in fact started, if not for the break that we are having as a result of the strike, they would have been there already. So they are back with us in the diocese, but as soon as the schools reopen again, they will go back and continue to facilitate. They will now have some that have been admitted to do law in Bessie, in the outside university, to do law. Two of them will be doing law. One of them will be doing engineering. Then two will be Okada University for medicine. So you can see the different areas. In the area of theology, you see it there. The different aspects of theology, both moral, both moral, both pastoral, both spiritual, then even biblical. Then you have canon law. You have all these areas. Now, look at the social aspect, we call it that way, law. So that when the church has issues, instead of contracting lawyers from outside, you can get from within who can help to look at the matters very well with passion, because we are for the church and for no other. So because of that, you have your own that you can really trust, that is doing this thing for you and to do it very well with his full heart and full mind, everything. So that is why if we have all these, it will all help to enrich the gift of knowledge in the diocese. So that is what is happening even currently. Now, it's not, you see, they are just going into them. As the person is progressing, those decisions will be unfolding. The person may even finish, maybe you finish law, and you come to see that you want to be looking at legal issues, not necessarily going to the court per se, but you want to be able to look at your preliminary documents. It's like people looking at what are the preliminary objections of issues. Do you have somebody within that will look at it and say, this case may likely be like this matter may likely be like that, this agreement can be written like this, can be written like that. So that all these issues that we take out all the time, some of them can be trashed even within. Writing agreement, writing this, being a notary, being a certified notary, they may help to do even all these aspects. Now, as the person progresses, the person's interest is also important. If he says he wants to now move on to become SAS SAN, it means that he has to practice. It just means that he has to practice. Practicing it doesn't mean that you cannot do your work as a priest. You will still be able to do your work as a priest. You may be a priest in residence at that time, because that priestly work is why we are there. We're not ordained to go and read law. We're not even ordained to say you must go and do canon law. We're not even ordained to say you must go and do special pastoral theology on master's and PhD level. No! It is that major pastoral work that the seminary has given to us. And that one is the basic necessity that we need as a requirement for the priesthood, for us to even do it very well. Therefore, being there will not stop them from what they are doing. Will not stop them from what they are doing. I'm a priest. For example, I work at the chancery. I run a parish. And I'm managing a hospital. I'm not a medical doctor. I don't come here every day, because management is seen from different perspectives. You can manage a place when you have a full understanding of the place. Then you can manage a place even if you are not there 247, and the place can move forward. So this is also what is being seen from different perspectives. If I were a medical doctor, I would still have my time for rest. I can treat patients in the hospital. I'm taking care of the soul, and this time I'm taking care of the body. It's even a double responsibility I have. I will not be there to do it 24 hours, because there is no job you even do 24 hours. Even those who are doctors don't even do 24 hours. So you will not even do it 24 hours. But the way you give care to patients, people will come and see the difference. Because ordinarily, priests give care even to patients when they are not even doctors. When they now become, the way and manner they will do it will be more or less like extraordinary. It's going to enhance the care that we give to people. It's going to enhance the care the diocese has shown towards people. It's going to enhance the care that God expects us also to give to people, apart from you just being a priest and now a medical doctor. If I want to use a medical doctor on my side to take care of a patient who doesn't have money, I'll be looking for money to pay. But if I have a priest, he can do it easily, even without paying money, and so be it. So you're going to bring up a lot of advantages. Where you don't even have money, you have personnel that will help you deliver, you will deliver it. Let me tell you something. There are many things priests are doing. What they are getting is not commensurate to what their mates are getting outside. But because they have chosen a special line of education, they keep on doing it. And they keep moving on it. So that thing, even outside, even what they get from that one, is not their priority. The priority is the satisfaction of the human person within the circumference and circumscription of the archdiocese that is being governed by the local ordinary that has chosen that place to go and do this study, or to help and enhance the management and leadership and the lives of the people in that diocese or archdiocese. So that is how it is seen. They will not stop their work as a reverend father and go and say you're a medical doctor 24 hours and be there. I tell you, there are priests I think you know now who are working in different areas. They don't do it 24 hours, but they have people who are doing this work 24 hours, but they should pretend on them, because anytime they remain there, they don't really have where they are going to, because they are for the church and for the diocese. Those workers they used today, they may be there. Tomorrow they are no longer there. But these people's experience can always hire to ensure that that work continues because of their stability in that particular area of discipline. There are many that I wouldn't want to start mentioning names, and I think you in communication will also know some of them. Well, I will not look at it from the perspective of an apathy, but we are in a growing world where we are looking for knowledge, and everyone needs to get knowledge. That is why you see that the seminary formation is deep and strong when you compare the formation of many other people in different religions. They take 4 years to do philosophy. That shapes the brain. They take for another 4 years to do theology, and you come out grounded. And because you are still seeking for knowledge, you want to see how you can give half-baked information to the lay faithful. You continue to enhance your study. Even if you don't go to a priest to go for further study, every priest is advised and encouraged to do personal study all the time. Read, devote time for studies every day. If it is 30 minutes, it's something. If it is 1 hour, it is something. So the idea of I must go to a school called further study is not even the issue, but that I am able to enhance myself for the sake of the ministry, so that the ministry itself can be enhanced. For those who are thinking of enhancing themselves, we encourage them to begin by doing their personal studies, but they must be docile and obedient to their local ordinary. They don't send themselves, they are being sent. They don't say that is important. They don't send themselves, they are being sent by the local ordinary. Then let me also mention, there are many of them who are in the parish work already, and they are doing their studies in different universities. Many of them are doing PGDE, so are doing their master's degree in University of Benin, so University of Ekuma, so Abraka University, and so on and so forth. The level of which we have now, if you take the Archdiocese of Benin as a case study, many of them have gotten either first degree, either the PGDE or their master's degree. So people have double master's degree, and many of them are on the line of getting PhD, and so have gotten their PhDs. So the more they are coming up like this, the more enhanced, the more grounded, and the more sophisticated is the knowledge they will be given out to their flock. Because the common adage says, anyone who does not study will become redundant, and redundancy can lead to frustration. When the people you are to lead, they are not leading you because of knowledge, you'll be reacting emotionally in order to supplement the ignorance and vacuum that has been created as a result of inability to study, and as a result of the loopholes that are there for not being enhanced sufficiently in our knowledge. So any elder priests are encouraged, even by the church, to do personal study every day. That's why it's not a matter of personal ability, but what we are all encouraged to do every day. They will wait for the local ordinary to for this study and that study based on dialogue.